Hello, hello. It is Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. We are here live for the daily transmission. Please say hello wherever you are, whenever you are. We are meeting across space and time today. Because what is time anyway? What is any of this? This is all just an illusion. So speaking of the illusion, how is Mercury retrograde going for everyone? I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but this particular retrograde is, I mean, it just started, but it is throwing me for a loop. I am not the only one. Y'all, I really, sometimes I don't know exactly why I get inspired to speak on something or to write about something until the moment happens or until I start hearing from a bunch of my clients. Like, for example, last night I got inspired to write this post on Substack. I'll actually, just for the sake of those of you who may be watching, I'll just like share my screen really quick. This is available on Twitch right now. You can also find this later on YouTube and Spotify. But I wrote this post on Substack, and I'm an astrologer, obviously. This is Cosmic Guidance with Mama Capricorn. That is the name of my Substack. And I wrote this post yesterday, and I said, if I wasn't an astrologer, right, that's the title of it. And I didn't exactly know what it was that motivated me to write this, but I guess it was, all for this. Mercury retrograde, like having awareness of Mercury retrograde, like what does that do for you? Like truly and deeply. Like I know that for me, it is the same thing as knowing like, okay, maybe like what the weather report is. And that's about as much attachment as I truly have to it. I am not going to use astrology to tell me who I am, to tell me what to do, to tell me what is for me or what is not for me or what I'm capable of. Like that is not the way that I feel, just philosophically. That's not the way that I use astrology. And that's not the way that I feel astrology, like the way that I want to use it, in my practice or with you. And so while I love talking about astrology, and I'm so here to share like the astrological like wisdom and those, moments or, and to share with you like, hey, it is Mercury retrograde. If shit's going down, like, don't be entirely surprised, like carry your umbrella with you, But if I wasn't an astrologer, and that was the point of the post that I wrote last night on Substack, I would prioritize developing a relationship with the body that I'm living in. And that means learning how to be kind to my physical self, learning how to be kind to my thoughts, learning how to become aware, to have self-awareness around my thoughts and my emotions before reacting or before making decisions about things. These are the things that are more important than knowing what's going on up there right now, or like knowing that you're a, double Capricorn. Okay. Like none of that is as important. The information is not as important as what we can do with that information moving forward, how we can create solutions and how we can create unique solutions for you. Like that's what astrology is for. It is not to define you or to tell you who you are or what exactly it is that you are capable of or everything. Like it is, I don't believe that it is that finite. And really when it like, is that even fun? Like, I don't know. But as I mentioned, I'm not the only one who's been going through it, and my going through it, like Mercury retrograde, like today, for example, feels like a very retrograde day. I'm very sleepy. As I say this, like the lawn care workers are at my window again, and it just like feels like it never stops. It's all day fucking long. I'm trying to get my daughter to school, and I have to navigate around. I mean, we live in an old like part of town, so the streets are really narrow. People do a lot of street parking. We've got like these lawn care trucks on either side of the road, and these are not like small trucks. These are huge trucks. So you're in your car and you got to do like this to get around, to get, to where it is that you're trying to go. And it's just like you're navigating around all of these cars that are just like parked on the side of the road. And it's a little annoying, take a few deep breaths, trying to deal with a kid who was up late last night, unbeknownst to me, because of course I'm like so sucked into the Substack post I was writing, that she's like playing on her Switch all night, like building something in Minecraft, and she doesn't get to sleep until late. So then I gotta wake her up, it like throws off our whole morning a little bit later. And then again, just like this noise like never ends. And to me, this is a very retrograde thing, because for Mercury retrograde, you want to think about Mercury. It is communication. It is your thoughts. It is, and we say communication also means like going places. So that's also why like your car breaks down, or you get in a car accident, or you see people do things like that. But it is just like overall like a massive communication. Okay. And so again, like having the awareness of that is just one piece. It's just one like Mercury retrograde, and these are like minor annoyances that I'm navigating this morning. But I woke up and looked in my Voxer chat for my incubator program right now, and two tickets yesterday, car accidents, broken bones. Someone got laid off from work yesterday. I mean, my God, all in one day, they're talking about broken bones, getting laid off work, different people, thank God, like not all happening to one person, but still, all of this going down in my incubator program right now. And knowing that Mercury is retrograde is not like, it's the same thing I feel as telling you in the moment, like, hey, calm down when you're getting upset about something. Like, that's not going to fucking do anything. Like me being upset that someone like hit me in my car, like, telling myself like, okay, well, it's Mercury retrograde, like that. I have no idea what that's actually like. That's honestly, that's going to do nothing for me in the moment. I don't know about you. Maybe you can like give me some kind of a comment or let me know if that's different for you, but it gives me very little peace of mind. I'm sure Carolina, right, when she got that ticket yesterday, that she was not sitting there thinking to herself, oh, well, it's Mercury retrograde and that's going to give her any peace of mind. No, she's pissed off that she just got a ticket. Okay. And this is why I wrote this post last night. And I had no idea that any of this was going down in my incubator program until this morning, after my post had already published. But I wrote this post on my Substack and I said, if I was not an astrologer, if I wasn't an astrologer, yes, I am an astrologer. This is like, I can read the X-ray, you know what I mean? But if you're over here trying to understand and grasp this, and it's like a totally foreign language, the better thing for you to do first, get out of your head, stop trying to figure it out, because I know that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to prevent future pain. You're trying to understand past pain. You're trying to dissociate or deflect from present pain. I understand. Listen, I've been doing this so long. I don't even need to know who you are watching this right now. I know that that goes on when you're trying to decipher astrology and you're not an astrologer. I can't even explain to you. Astrology was one of those things that feels like it just happened to me. And this is one of those things, y'all, like there are certain things that you are just excellent at. There are certain things that just whatever. And maybe one day, listen, I'm not telling you like, don't pursue, the subject of astrology. I mean, listen, learn astrology. If it's something that piques your interest and lights you up inside and you are getting excited by it, that's great. But if you're using it or trying to figure it out as a tool to like understand who you are or define yourself, or to figure out your strengths and your weaknesses and to box yourself in, the better thing for you to do right now is not to try to understand a foreign language, but to understand and learn how to love the vessel that you're in right now. Because when you can be peaceful, when you can access inner peace in moments of chaos or in moments of annoyance, right? Whether it is lawn care equipment at your window, or whether it is your kid getting their arm broken, or whether it is you getting laid off from work, minor annoyances, big annoyances, it really doesn't matter. Your nervous system operates the same no matter what it is that is happening. It could be a tiger chasing after you. It could be getting an email about an overdue bill. The the reaction that you feel in your body is the same when you go into that fight or flight reactive state. And so that is why I emphasize your yoga practice. And yoga, don't get it twisted, is not necessarily like the movement asana practice. There are some people that is truly like the most beneficial part of the practice for them. And spoiler alert, like I can look at your gene keys and tell you which part of the practice is the more important part of the practice for you. But that's the cool thing about a well-constructed, intentionally created yoga practice, or asana movement practice, is that it should incorporate all of the different elements that need to be serving everyone energetically and physically. And so that's why I emphasize your yoga practice. But even if that is literally just being able to observe your thoughts and your feelings and have a different relationship to them before you go into reactive mode, that would be a better use of your time right now than you trying to learn a different language to understand your birth chart. You wouldn't do that to an X-ray. You wouldn't do that to anything else. So please, okay, like maybe like, and I'm not, again, not telling you not to pursue the knowledge or not to pursue or whatever, but if it's something that you are like, oh, I can't do this until I check my transits, or I can't do this until I figure out, or I just don't know who I am, I need to learn astrology. No, stop, do not pass go. Okay, you are undefinable. Okay, what we see in your birth chart, from my perspective, that is you at your highest potential. It is you through the lens that God sees you. But the thing about that is that there is infinite possibility as well. There are high frequencies, there are low frequencies. Okay, I'm always going to see you through that lens of unconditional love. I have unconditional love and, empathy, regardless of what frequency it is that you're living at. But that still is not going to tell you who you are and what it is that you are meant to do, especially when it comes to like, what is the plan for what I'm doing next? Okay, you're going to have a much easier time moving through that, and life is going to be so much more pleasant and peaceful if you are not using this tool as a means of further control and further constriction. And if you give yourself the opportunity to see it just as what it is, another supportive tool that helps you to better create plans and solutions for yourself that might give you a touch of peace of mind, but is really just the tip of the iceberg. It is, right? Just, I mentioned this in my post, if you want to go read it, but it's kind of like, if that is the diagnosis, if I am giving you, which that's not how I want you to see it, but like if I am telling you, about a specific part of your chart, about your Chiron in Cancer, if I'm giving you that information, that's not permission then to, oh, well, I have mommy issues and I have just a terrible relationship to the maternal world and I am overextended in my masculine self and that's just the way things are. That is absolutely not what I'm telling you to do. And that is not what astrology is for. That is the opportunity for you to be able to take a better look at yourself and say, okay, this is a place where I have room to grow. And then you create the plans and the solutions to support yourself moving forward. But regardless of what those solutions, what those plans are, you need to be able to be okay with yourself and in your body and in the moment when things get a little painful or when things get a little rocky or when things get a little shaky. Because even if you are working toward being your best self and you are doing great things and you're doing all of the, right, you're journaling and you're whatever, okay, you're like checking things off of your to-do list, that's wonderful. But if you get completely thrown off and if your energy is completely fucked the moment that something, whether it's a minor annoyance like lawn equipment is just never ending outside of your window, or whether it's one of those bigger situations like you walked into work and got laid off yesterday, you need to be okay being at peace and knowing that you are still in control and you are still safe and you are still okay and things are going to be okay moving forward. That is the more important part. So that's all I have to say today. That's my Mercury retrograde wisdom for you today. Go read that post on Substack. It's actually really good. Remember, paid subscribers get the opportunity to send in their chart and send in a question. So if you want to get a quick, not diagnosis, that's not the word that we're going to use, but if you want to get a quick look, right, a quick like aha moment from Mama Capricorn to understand your current situation so that you can get that one quick action step for you to move forward with a little bit more peace, make sure that you go subscribe. Paid subscribers get to do that. It is $11 a month, $11 a month to get an answer from me. I mean, come on, let's do it. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow for the next transmission. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Take an extra 5 minutes before you need to, right? If you need to get somewhere, give yourself 5-10 minutes, that buffer window. Okay. Look out both ways. No texting and driving. I swear to God, if I have to tell you this one more time. All right. That's it. Love y'all so much. Have a great day. Bye, friends.